Coming up on the TCC Report, from artists to community leaders, we'll take you inside TCC's Black History Month celebration.
TCC students represent the college all the way in the Galapagos Islands, bringing home high honors and accolades. We'll tell you how.
And we'll take you inside TCC 22's The Skinny, a new show dedicated to college success with host E06. Stay tuned. The TCC Report starts right now. Welcome back to the TCC Report. I'm John Schultz.
And I'm Eva Nielsen Parks. All that and more. But first, let's take a look at recent events hosted by TCC honoring Black History Month. The month of February started out with the unveiling of this year's Cherry Hall Alexander African American History Calendar. Every year, the calendar showcases African Americans who have made significant contributions in Leon and surrounding counties.
And usually it's people that have done all sorts of things for the community and in the community. So it gives people access to resources that they're normally not able to get.
And among the honorees were two of TCC's very own leaders, Delatry Hollinger and Michael Edwards.
I've yet to start on my career and I'm being honored just like them. So it just shows that anyone can truly be carry that torch that they've actually held for so long.
I just really enjoy the fact that Mrs. Alexander saw fit to bring this yearly recognition to the community. It's definitely an inspiration for the youth. I can honestly say that this calendar is what has inspired me.
The 2013 calendar theme is At the Crossroads of Freedom and Equality, 150 years of progression and advancement. Now in its 13th year, 20,000 copies of the calendar were distributed to schools, churches, and other community institutions. The calendar also includes key dates in African American history.
Following in the lineup of events commemorating Black History Month was TCC alumnus E06 Richardson, a Tallahassee native whose work has won numerous awards in Florida. His art takes special interest in the depiction of influential people and historic sites in North Florida.
It's always a privilege to be, considered to tell my story, whether I'm the first or the last, whenever. Just the opportunity to tell my story and to, like I said, I just want to be an asset to humanity.
Today's presentation was very educational. I feel as if he's a very well-spoken man, and I really like his artwork and everything like that. But more than that, I really thought he was a very good African-American male.
I thought today's presentation was really good. It taught me a few things I didn't know, especially about quilting and how that was used for communication. And I really appreciated his work and what he did.
I feel that he was a good representation for Black History Month because he used the flags from the old slave houses as a message for the newer times.
His paintings and artwork have been displayed in museums statewide.
Next was Youth Day, a day dedicated to middle and high school students from Leon, Wakulla, and Gadsden counties. Students spent a day on TCC's campus learning about Black history and also got to experience a college atmosphere.
Today was a very good life experience and a very good way for us to start building a base for our future and what colleges we might want to attend. TCC, I think, will be a great college for me to go to get a good feel of what I want to do in my life when I get older.
I think it's great that TCC had this event and reaching out to our primary and secondary students because that's our youth, and our youth are not just our present, but they are our future.
I think it was a once-in-a-life experience because later on, if we go to college and we choose to, if they try to show us some stuff, we already know it because we found out a lot of TCC.
The great lineup of events for TCC's Black History Month celebration concluded with the highly anticipated Gospel Extravaganza and Soul Food Festival.
Twice a year, TCC hosts Florida State and Florida A&M Advising Days, where academic advisors from both universities meet with TCC students, giving personal, one-on-one advising sessions. The sessions help TCC students prepare for the transition to FSU and FAMU. First up was Florida State.
We call this TCC Day, so we get, as you can see, a lot of different advisors and different people in different offices to come over and help educate a lot of the students about the processes at Florida State, what it's going to be like for the majors there, and also if students aren't sure exactly what major they're going to do yet, but then maybe they have a career in mind, this gives them the opportunity to test out a lot of different majors so that they can see which one will be the right fit for them.
It was very effective. She was very helpful. She told me what I needed to do. And what I already have done, what I need for graduate school. So I like knowing all that information.
It's a way to kind of get that face-to-face connection. So these people who do come to FSU, the people they're meeting today, are going to be their advisors when they arrive on campus. And so it's nice to get that personal touch there.
I've been out. I was in the military for about 8 years, and definitely now I can, these people definitely help me out with any questions I had. So.
Next, advisors from FAMU showcased their academic programs.
It's important that students understand and know what Florida A&M has to offer. So we just want to be here and be a presence and to be here for students and just talk to students about our programs and what we have to offer and give students that information that maybe they didn't have previously.
We are here to basically to showcase our academic programs and to recruit transfer students. And we also have the opportunity to speak to TCC advisors and to develop that partnership as well.
I think as a student's perspective, to come to attend something like this is a good idea because it may be overwhelming to go to a campus like Florida A&M. So to have it here where you're already kind of used to being, kind of at your home school, is very beneficial.
For students who didn't get a chance to participate in FAMU or FSU Advising Days, both universities have advisors right here on TCC's campus. For more information, visit TCC's Student Support Services or contact TCC Enrollment Services.
Another way TCC supports our students as they move on to universities and into the workforce is through programs like Resumania, an event that gives students the chance to have their resumes critiqued by the Career Center staff or to build one from scratch.
Resumania is an exciting event. It's an opportunity for our students and alumni to come in and get a quick resume critique from one of the Career Center staff, or this time we actually have professionals from the Career Center Advisory Board here to give their feedback and their critiques as well. So I think that's very, very important. And a resume can be very key to getting an interview and landing that dream job.
I've been working on my resume for a while, and I've always, felt that I've put a lot of work into it and there's a lot of detail, but that there's still more I could do, and just knowing that I could get that, personalized attention on it and really get the constructive, critique on it just seemed like a really good opportunity.
What I try to emphasize with students is a resume is about you, but it's about what you can do for the company. So before you put a resume together, find out what you know about the company, find out what their vision is, find out what their mission is, find out what their values are, and then say in your objective statement, I have 2 years of customer service experience that can help you continue to provide the level of service, and then they can elaborate from there. But that's really what I emphasize. A resume is about you, but it's about what I can do for your company and to show the scope of responsibility that you've had in your work life.
Well, I think coming here would be very effective for a new student and a returning student or a graduate student. It'll bring to light more about what their needs are as that student, or particularly what their needs are for the employer.
If you didn't get a chance to experience Resumania, contact the TCC Career Center.
Not sure how to operate your iPad or iPhone? Tallahassee Community College can help. I Learned the iPhone and iPad Basics is a new course that teaches all you need to know about your mobile device. Here you can learn the tips and tricks to help you feel like an experienced user. The seminar is customized to the skill levels of the participants and is taught by Dr. Gabrielli, former president of the local Apple Computer Club.
This course is designed to take people to the next level. Technology is changing all the time, and the iPhone and iPad have saturated the market, really. There's so many people with these devices. Many of them got them for Christmas or as gifts at other times, and they don't really know what they're doing with them. There's so much they can do. They can access technology online, they can download educational apps, they can connect to people through FaceTime, through family members, and so it's a wonderful resource for people to connect to educational and human resources.
I just think that at the end of the day, you know, these iPads are great products, but we don't always use them to their best potential. We just scratch the surface, and I think the important thing is to figure out how to use them for what they're designed for, as opposed to just a Kindle and a Google search product.
The seminar is only $30 and is held at the TCC Capital Center. For more information about this course and to register, contact TCC Center for Workforce Development.
Late last year, TCC 22 partnered with Isa Adney, founder of CommunityCollegeSuccess.com and author of the book Community College Success, developing a series of quick tips and programs that support college readiness and success.
The Skinny is our newest show dedicated to helping students prepare for and succeed in college. When we come back, we'll introduce you to the host, Isa Adney.
How high have you set your goals? Getting off the ground is not as tough as you think. With help from Tallahassee Community College, TCC offers a quality education with faculty dedicated to helping you succeed and increase your career possibilities. Take the strain out of reaching new heights and discover why TCC is the college of choice.
Welcome back. Isa Adney, host of our new show, The Skinny, is a proud graduate of the Florida college system, attending Seminole State College in Orlando. After her time at Seminole State, Isa became the first in her family to graduate with a bachelor's degree and recently added a master's degree from the University of Illinois to her educational resume. Last spring, she published her first book, Community College Success, that is used in colleges across the country. She is now a highly sought-after speaker who inspires students to get involved outside the classroom and find direction for their college careers. Here's her story.
I loved school, and my dad, you know, he did get a 2-year degree, but he always wished he had gone beyond that. He never loved his job. And he always told us, you know, find out what you love to do and try to find a way to get paid to do it. And that stuck with me. And I knew because of his life that in order to do that, I needed options. I needed to have the flexibility to try different things and be able to leave a job and try another one. And I knew to have that flexibility, I needed that 4-year degree. So I graduated with my bachelor's and then was able to return and work for my, community college alma mater. And I worked in admissions and student life, and I absolutely loved it because what I saw in those students was myself. And I saw that the things that I did to be successful, they weren't just things I did, they were principles that if students did them, they were succeeding beyond their wildest dreams. But I also saw that many students weren't doing them, and many students who were intelligent and who could do it were dropping out because they didn't know those principles, or they didn't have someone looking them in the eye and saying, I see you and I believe you can do this. And I knew that I wanted my career somehow to be a part of doing that for other kids. I was going to write a book, and I wrote that book by waking up at 5 a.m. before work and writing, and then going to work, and then at night I did my master's degree. It was the hardest year of my life, but I believed in that book so strongly, and when that came out, it was such a good feeling. And because of that book, which I assumed would just be a book and I'd continue to work at the college, and that would have been great too, but things started happening. I started getting asked to speak at colleges across the country, and different companies wanted me to consult with them, and some amazing schools wanted me to host their college success shows.
On today's show, we'll take a look at managing yourself in college. We'll talk to folks that have overcome major obstacles to graduate college, find out what you do to manage your time, and take a look at some of the tools and apps that can help you out.
So let's get the skinny on managing you. So you focus in on doing what you're really good at and getting better, and really just focusing all your attention on becoming more skilled. And as you do that, opportunities are going to come. You're going to start to prepare yourself for things that no one else can do. And so that has worked for me subconsciously. I didn't know that's what I was doing. You know, I was doing YouTubes because I thought, okay, not every student's going to want to read a blog, so let me have a visual too to capture those students who don't like to read. And now that turned into hosting like this show that I never, ever, ever set out to do or thought I could do.
To learn more about Isa, her book, and the skinny, visit our website. Up next is Rob Cheney with a look at Eagle Sports.
Thanks, John. In this edition of Eagle Sports, we'll step off the playing field and into the training room to talk about one of the buzzwords in athletics that's generating a lot of conversation nationwide: concussions. According to recent studies, more than 300,000 sports-related concussions occur each year, and Tallahassee Community College is committed to providing the best possible care for its student athletes. The individual tasked with that responsibility at TCC is head athletic trainer Davey Young. We sat down with Davey recently to discuss concussion management and the services available to TCC student athletes if and when head injuries occur. Concussions have become a hot topic of concern for doctors, athletes, parents, and coaches. And although head injuries are most common in football, athletes in all sports are at risk.
A concussion is kind of a catch-all term, believe it or not. The Center for Disease Control actually reference a concussion as a mild traumatic brain injury, because that's really what it is. On a small level, it's an injury to the brain. That's a result of a direct blow or an incident or a hit to the head that disrupts your brain's ability to function. Another part of it is concussions don't always happen from a direct hit to the head. Sometimes you get hit to the body, and the force to the body stops the movement of the body, but the head continues forward. So even though you may not have gotten hit in the head, you can still get a concussion because your brain is suspended inside your skull.
According to the Sports Concussions Institute, football and soccer are the most common sports with concussion risk for males and females respectively. Although neither sport is offered at TCC, student athletes participating in basketball, baseball, and softball are still susceptible to head injuries.
The sports medicine community labels sports as contact and non-contact sports, or high-risk or low-risk sports. Obviously, football is a high-risk contact collision sport, but basketball, baseball, and softball are considered high-risk or a contact sport as well.
When TCC student athletes sustain any type of head injury, various factors determine when he or she can resume participation. Aiding in that process is immediate post-concussion assessment and cognitive testing, better known as IMPACT. The first and most widely used and scientifically validated computerized concussion evaluation system, IMPACT has a broad client base, including numerous organizations from the NFL, NBA, NHL, and Major League Baseball.
We started utilizing what's called IMPACT concussion software. It's a the buzzword is neurocognitive test. So all of our athletes, when they come in as freshmen or first-year athletes, we sit down and take about a 20 or 30-minute computer-based test. IMPACT itself utilizes word memory, design memory, and it measures how well your brain is able to process that information, how quick you can remember it. It's non-invasive. It's almost like playing a video game. So it's reaction time and how well you remember certain things. So we get that baseline, and then if there's ever an incident where we suspect an athlete may have a concussion, we just sit them back down and retake the test the next day and kind of see where they are. And the coaches do a really good job of not really pushing. They understand that it's not an ankle sprain, it's not a knee injury, and we do take it pretty serious here. That not to have a scare factor involved, but we do take the head injuries or concussions serious, and we do everything that we can to make sure they're safe before they return to play.
For more information on TCC Athletics concussion protocol, visit our website and search for the sports medicine heading under Inside Athletics. And as always, You can visit tcceagles.com for all of the latest news and information on TCC athletics. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at TCC Eagles. That's it for sports. Back to you, John and Eva.
Thanks, Rob. TCC students recently returned from the Galapagos Islands, bringing back the highest award from the International Model UN Conference. An invitation-only event, the conference was attended by 25 of the top model United Nations programs from colleges and universities around the world. The conference focused on topics that pertain to the environmental sustainability of the Galapagos Islands.
Going to the Galapagos, it was actually my first time out of the United States. So it was a huge difference to go to a developing country from the United States of America.
It was phenomenal. First, our stop in Quito, Ecuador. I'm from Nigeria, but just that feel of the developing nation, it's like a balance of chaos and geometry just meshed together in one beautiful symphony, and it was really great to experience that. And then the Galapagos was the icing on the cake.
It's just the fact that we were competing among schools such as, London School of Economics, the University of Napoli from Italy. It felt amazing to be representing TCC and then receiving the highest award. It was really a really good feeling at the end.
The conference, we met so many people from all different locations. That was a great cultural experience all in itself. And we did so much research, we did a lot of writing. It was extremely hot in the committee rooms. We didn't have air conditioning, but the sea breeze was really nice. It was a great experience.
Some of these kids had, 2 of the kids we had to apply for a passport. They'd never left the country. So for them to, for the first time to be in the Galapagos Islands, which is one of the most exotic places in the world, to see the expressions on their faces was just incredible. This was such a neat thing. This was environmentally, it's such a different place in the world, but culturally, this was a great experience for the kids.
I mean, I would like to be a future diplomat, and I met so many people from Italy, Canada, and that's how you establish connections, around the world, and it certainly will help in the future.
Students interested in participating in TCC's Model UN next year should contact the college's Division of History and Social Sciences.
Thank you for watching the TCC Report. In our next edition, we'll introduce TCC's latest NISOD winners and take you inside this year's Gear Up, a program designed to help middle and high school students prepare for college.
You can view all the latest updates and current news about TCC by heading to our website.
And remember, look for more great TCC programming on Comcast Cable Channel 22 from 3 p.m. to 1 a.m. each day. You can also view our programs anytime on our YouTube channel.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. We want to hear from you.